Welcome to your tarot readings for the month of April and Aries season. If you're watching this at another time, that is also okay. These are timeless readings. If you're connecting with me right now, that's a pretty good sign that there's probably something here for you. So let's get into a meditation and connect with our intuition before picking the right group for you today. If you're ready, you can close your eyes. Lean back into your seat or bed. Let's take 3 deep clearing breaths, breathing in through the nose and out the mouth. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Soften your gaze, space between your eyebrows. Relax your cheeks. Relax your jaw. Lower your shoulders. And see if you can sink a little deeper into your seat. Relax your lower back and your glutes, thighs. Just really letting go. Just relax. And from here, I welcome you to set your intentions. Now take a deep breath in to allow your intentions to sink in. And breathe out. So it is. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. For group 1, we have a labradorite crystal with a pearl cross. For group 2, we have a simple pearl necklace. For group 3, we have a carnelian necklace. Now soften your gaze and take in everything you see in front of you. And with a blurry vision, notice if any colors or shapes stand out to you. Notice what draws your attention. Where are you being pulled? Where do you sense curiosity? I'm going to call out the groups again. Pay attention to which words stand out to you. Group 1, labradorite. Group 2, pearl. Group 3, carnelian. Sometimes we just know. So if you had a strong first impulse, you might want to go with that today. And if you're drawn to more than one reading today, that's also welcome. You can use this opportunity to exercise your intuition and really just focus on the messages that resonate. Once you've chosen your reading, you can go down to the timestamps below and I'll see you over there. And I just want to thank Squarespace before we get into it. If you're building something creative like a personal brand, a portfolio, a membership, or community space, your website should be able to host a variety of things, and Squarespace is an all-in-one platform that can do that. You can host your courses, collect emails, schedule appointments, share writing via a blog, and design everything in one place without ever having to touch code. And there are so many templates to choose from, and they are all intentionally designed to serve a function and help you stand out and look professional. And you can easily get started with your Blueprint AI, which helps you set everything up in just a matter of minutes. You can get started at squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to my link, squarespace.com/ADSMR, to save 10% off of your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you so much, Squarespace. Thank you for being here. Now let's get into Group 1's reading. If you chose Group 1, Labradorite, then this is your reading. At Group 1, welcome to your reading. I am currently in Kazakhstan. That's why we have a different backdrop today. We're using the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Let's begin with your current energies. Really been struggling to access my voice this month, and I've been coming across a lot of different blockages whenever I've tried to film this video, so we'll see how it goes today. I think I'm going to struggle to find my words. There's some sort of mentorship or study here that is allowing a sort of renewal in your mindset. And this most likely has to do with your career or whatever it is you're studying if you are at school currently. Because of the conversations you're having with these like-minded individuals, you're experiencing a renewal in the way you think about work, your career, or study. And this is happening as a form of karmic balancing. Something was out of balance, and you're almost getting back into alignment through connecting with these people. They could be teaching you something regarding your craft that's been kind of missing. I especially get that with justice being here. It's like this has been something you've been needing for a while, and there was a sort of karmic imbalance in your energy because you just have not been able to find this kind of support for a long time. But now that they are here to support you, it's like a sense of justice has been restored. You feel like you've been getting what's been owed to you. This is what you've been needing. This is what was supposed to happen perhaps a long time ago, and for some reason it is only happening now. I hope that makes sense. It's like this feeling of like this has been owed to me. This was supposed to happen. This is what I needed. And finally it's here. This is the kind of support that I've been begging for, or this is the kind of guidance that I've been praying for. We have the King of Wands here as well, and the Emperor. And so I'm getting the sense that these people or mentor or teacher are teaching you to step into your power, to step up to the plate. They're teaching you to trust yourself more, to trust your craft, to trust the skills or talents you have, and to really lean into your wisdom or power, your strengths, and to also be more determined when it comes to your craft, to really lean into it, give yourself to it fully, devote yourself to your path. All right, tell us more. What else does Group 1 need to know about your current situation? With the Moon and the Three of Cups being here, clarified by the reverse Empress, and there's some fears that you're navigating at this time that's making it difficult for you to be lighthearted, to be in more of a joyful or easygoing mood. There's internal tension here due to a lack of clarity, a lack of not knowing what's next or where you're going to end up. And it's making it hard for you to enjoy the present or enjoy the company of others. I think this might be fears around abundance, worrying that maybe your money is going to run out, or money's not going to continue to come in. It's that kind of energy, like worrying your luck is going to run out and you're not going to be abundant anymore, and you're going to have to resort to being in survival mode again. There's something like that here. And it's all really due to a lack of clarity, not really knowing what is coming and what you're going to do next. Perhaps you're in a period of transition, so there's a lot of uncertainty about your next moves. Yeah, you have Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? So perhaps this is like quite literal for you. You don't know where you are going next. You could be traveling at this time. You also have play reversed. So you're finding it difficult to be in celebration or to have fun. There's this sort of tension and seriousness about your situation at the moment. It's making it difficult for you to feel fully present. So you can take this card as advice. Don't be so serious. Can you create more moments for joy and for play, to just have fun? One card at a time, please. More trust is needed. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So if you work with your ancestors and your guides, this is a really good time to be connecting with them, to be asking for support from them. This message has been coming through for a couple months already, I think, with one particular collective we have here. So work with your ancestors. They're wanting to connect with you. There's something that you are meant to carry forward through your lineage. And I think that's the thing that you are being guided to trust. Let's get an archetype now. You have the vision. I just feel like this is your card. I don't even have to shuffle too much. This definitely came out for you. Also known as the dream, the imagined, the revealed. It is said that we are each born with a unique vision, a destiny toward which we are aimed. It is also said that we forget this vision the moment we are born. Thus, we are sent on a lifelong journey of rediscovery. Such is the elusive nature of the vision. It slips away, yet it guides. It appears in strange dreams and surreal images, seemingly unattainable and preposterous. When we are connected to the vision, we carry an inspired, enchanted aliveness that others recognize. We trust the world and its synchronicities. We walk through new doors into wondrous opportunities. We all want to be near those with vision. They emit energy more potent than any elixir. When we lose connection to the vision, life becomes dull and exhausting, lacking meaning. Bring back the mystery, bring back the dreams. When light, this is potent imagination, synchronicity, and trust. When dark, this is disconnection from art and dreams, listless, aimless. To go deeper, you can look into Twin Peaks by David Lynch and The Dream by Frida Kahlo. You can gauge how connected you are to your vision by how tired you are. Since the vision feeds us energy, it affects our life force and vitality. Look at art you loved when you were young. Listen to old records and poems. These are all ways to activate the vision. This is really connecting me to the moon here. There's something here about your imagination and trust. Because as much as the moon is about our fears, uncertainty, and lacking clarity, it's also about our imagination, our dreams, and intuition. And so I'm hearing you are being asked to engage in active imagination and notice the images that arise that carry more life force than the rest. It's time that you reconnect with the unique vision that you were born with. You can probably trace back to when you lost your vision, because that was when life became dull and exhausting and began to lack meaning. It's time to bring back meaning. It's time to bring back vitality and life force. And so give yourself time and space to be in imagination, to reconnect with your vision. And you're going to know that it's your vision because it's going to carry vitality and life force. It's going to get you excited and motivated. It's going to carry meaning, unique meaning to you. Your dreams can be really symbolic at this time as well. I'm hearing 10 days. That's weird. I don't get time-sensitive messages, but that's what I heard, so I'm going to tell you. Lots of Wands energy. Ace of Wands, Page of Wands, Queen of Wands. Take action. You're going to be taking a lot of action in the near future. It's going to be time sensitive. It's going to be synchronistic, serendipitous, perhaps. Tell us more. Okay, Page of Swords and Four of Pentacles. So when it comes to ideation or planning, brainstorming a project, make sure that you are not stuck in your old ways or thinking through a limited lens. With the Four of Pentacles here, you might have a tendency to think only in terms of what's been successful for you in the past or successful for others. There's like a limitation and stuckness to this energy. You're thinking small. And with the Page of Swords being here, Spirit really wants to encourage you to think bigger. What is going to bring you success in the future is going to look nothing like the success you've experienced in the past. It's going to be much bigger than that. You got to the Four of Pentacles with, things like the goals you achieved or the successes you've had in the past. But now it's time to go beyond. You can go to the Ten of Pentacles, and that's going to require you to think bigger. Think bigger. Think beyond the past. Dream bigger. The abundance you've experienced is nothing compared to the abundance that you can have in the future. So think bigger, dream bigger. Don't try to predict the future by regurgitating things you've done in the past, or that formula is not going to work this time. You're meant for bigger and better things. So think beyond what you've already done. That's a really big message. Yeah, and get to work. With the Eight of Pentacles here, get to work, be consistent. Be consistent. Show up daily, show up consistently, just show up. Step up to the plate, do the thing that you know you're supposed to do, and your life is going to look ordinary and pretty mundane for a while, but this is the necessary work that you're going to have to put in order to reap success in the future. So get to work, be consistent, show up every day, do the thing that you know you have to do. Alright, I'm going to end your reading here, Group 1. I hope that you found this reading helpful. Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. And I'm wishing you all the best. Sending you so much love, light, clarity, motivation. And I'll see you in another video. Bye. If you chose Group 2, Pearl, then this is your reading. Hi Group 2, welcome to your reading. I am currently in Kazakhstan. That's why we have a different backdrop today. We are using the Golden Universal Tarot deck for your group. Alright, let's begin with your current energies, Group 2. We have the High Priestess, Two of Wands, Three of Cups. There's a lot of celebration and optimism here with the Two of Wands and Three of Cups. You're in a very intuitive headspace regarding your situation. So regarding what we're reading here, which I don't know what it is yet, you have some sort of intuition about it showing up as the High Priestess here. You're energetically connected to something. You have a sort of inner knowing about your situation. There's a lot of optimism. It's like there's so many options that you're needing to be selective and very mindful about what you choose with the Two of Wands. This can be about people that you are currently connected with. So friends perhaps who are wanting your attention, wanting to be in your energy. This could be like career prospects as well, like receiving a lot of career offers and you're being very selective. You're like kind of really thinking through which option is the best. This could also be like a lot of people wanting to date you and you're like, okay, who am I most interested in here? Who am I going to go on a date with? There are people who are wanting to be in your energy and you are being very mindful and selective about who you're choosing to connect with and give your energy to. And you're very connected to your intuition regarding this. So you're not taking these people at face value. You're very much considering the subtle energetics of what it means to be connecting with them. Tell us more. Group 2. Tell us more. The Page of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. The Page of Cups is it's a very cute card. This could be dating for some of you, or maybe you're just in a period of making friends. You're connecting with a lot of people, and there's a heart openness to this. Like you come off as someone very approachable, very open-hearted and kind and playful, someone easy to connect with and engage with. So this could be in regards to dating or making friends. You're coming off very approachable to others, and people are drawn to you. People want to be around you. People want to navigate feelings with you and connection with you. And this is a pretty young and innocent energy, the Page of Cups. But there's a seriousness to the Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Cups being here. Like, as much as you are playful and easygoing with your emotions, and you're open to lighthearted connections at this time, there's also a seriousness to you. Like, the back of your mind, you are deeply connected to your intuition, and you have your eyes on the prize, which is like your happily ever after. With the Ten of Cups being here, you're wanting to build a legacy with someone. You're wanting like a power couple sort of relationship, and you're holding out for someone who can be in that kind of relationship, partnership together with you. You're wanting someone who you can be really successful with and build a family with and be in a long-term supportive partnership with. So yeah, there's a duality to you. You're coming off easygoing with the Page of Cups, but internally there's this very serious, intentional pursuit of your happily ever after. And I'm hearing you're leaving no boxes unchecked. That's the idiom. You're going to make sure that whoever you end up choosing here is going to check all the boxes. And again, this can apply to platonic connections as well, like being very thorough with the kind of people you want to surround yourself with, because you are the people you surround yourself with. So it's important that you're making friends with people who uplift you and support you and inspire you to be better. So when I'm talking about the Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles, your happily ever after, this can be about community too, not just a romantic partnership. You have the Four of Wands and King of Wands. So there's someone in your energy that you have established some sort of stability and rapport with. And this person is coming off as the King of Wands in your spread. So someone with fire energy who leads with fire energy, they can have Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries in their chart. This could also be how you're feeling internally, like you've established some sort of inner stability where you're coming off very magnetic and confident and charismatic at this time. You're really charming and people are drawn to you. Okay, let's get some oracle cards now, beginning with the wisdom of the oracle deck. No place like home. So ultimately, what you're looking for are people who are going to feel like home to you, who will give you a sense of belonging. So being the High Priestess, especially with this card being here, remember that. Remember that that's ultimately what you're looking for, is a sense of belonging, people who you really feel safe with. So, of course, check all your boxes. But the most important box, perhaps, is a sense of belonging, true safety, and connection. So if you're ever confused about who you truly want to connect with here, it is going to be people who really make you feel safe and make you feel like yourself. It's just Spirit's wanting you to remember that's like your compass. You have Unfinished Symphony. That's interesting. Tell us more. Deep knowing, not for you reversed. Maybe there's someone you're holding out for. That's interesting. Someone that you could be, with not for you being reversed, it's like maybe you're rationalizing that this person was just not meant for you, didn't work out, something like that. Like, it just didn't work out, and so you had to let it go. But there's a deep knowing here, which is supported by the High Priestess. Deep knowing that there's unfinished business here, and that it might come back around, and perhaps your intuition knows something that your rational mind doesn't. But not really. I don't like messages like this. I feel like one of those, I'm judging myself for giving a message like this. I just feel like there's so many love readings out there with messages like this, and don't find them very helpful, but this is the message. And I don't think this comes up very often for us, so I'm just gonna leave it be. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Your ancestors are somehow involved in this. They're wanting to guide you in your pursuit of partnership or community here. If you work with your ancestors, this is a really important time to connect with them, to receive guidance from them. Dance with life, do something to change your energy. This came out sort of reversed, and I feel like you are dancing with life. There's movement here, there's fluidity. You are allowing yourself to feel and to be moved by your feelings and to be moved by others. you're dancing with life, and I think this is really serving you. It's helping you get to know yourself. It's helping you step out of your comfort zone. It's helping you do something new, do things that you've never done before. Mintakan, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. So again, there's that message of you're ultimately looking for someone or for people who make you feel at home, who give you a sense of belonging, who make you feel safe, safe enough to be yourself. So just keep that in mind as you search for partnership, for community. Let's get an archetype now. Also known as the connection, the link, the gate. Bridges are built to connect two worlds. They create flow, allowing us to travel between realms, ideologies, personalities. This archetype is the gesture of acceptance, of saying yes rather than withdrawing, separating, and saying no. When we cross a bridge to an unknown land, we are led magically into a new reality. We open up to otherness. Healing and communication are made possible. We enter a state of curiosity, wonder, and learning. The shaman, for example, creates the bridge between the everyday world and the sacred. This card asks us to study the connections between the seemingly disconnected parts of our life, relationships, ideologies, histories. Remember that a bridge can't be forced. It must be made with love, or its structure will not withstand the inevitable weather of life. When light, this is acceptance, magic, communication. When dark, this is lacking boundaries and forcing connection. To go deeper, you can look into Bifrost, the burning rainbow bridge of Norse mythology. Imagine building a bridge, then imagine building a wall. Which energy is needed for the situation at hand? Which image softens and heals the heart? Lie on the floor and listen to Bridge Over Troubled Water. Notice the ease and acceptance within the melody, the feeling of rising above the muck. With this card, my mind goes back to the Four of Wands and the King of Wands that we got earlier. This connection with someone who's got a lot of fire energy that is actually quite stable at this time. It's like you've built a foundation with this person and things are looking good. There's rapport, there's a mutual desire to nurture this connection. And with the bridge, I'm wondering if there's something you're wanting to give to this person. And this can be a community as well, a community that draws out the King of Wands in you, a community that allows you to be in a more confident and empowered energy. In either case, I wonder if there's something you're wanting to give to this connection. This can be communication. This can be travel. I'm getting that for some of you. Like maybe there's somewhere you're wanting to go. You're wanting to cross over the bridge in order to nurture this connection. And it's also important to ask yourself if there's any efforting here, because the shadow side of this archetype is lacking boundaries and forcing connection. So when do you find yourself overextending and connecting inauthentically? How can you dial that back and realign yourself to make gestures that come through authentically and sincerely, that in a way that's not making you have to overextend yourself? Yeah, so mainly I'm getting that you're wanting to say yes to the situation in some type of way. Perhaps you haven't gone clear as to what that yes looks like. It can be simple communication or engaging in like a more regular communication. This can be communicating something specific to make something known. This can also be traveling, like meeting halfway as a gesture of saying yes and a gesture of wanting to nurture this connection. Okay, now let's go into your near future energies. To what can you expect in the near future? Confirmation. We have the Eight of Cups and the Page of Wands. So with the Age of Cups, this signifies a pilgrimage, travel, allowing your curiosity and wonder and desire for expansion lead you beyond your comfort zone towards something unknown, but that you know will be fulfilling. Like this is like a spiritual quest to go beyond what is already known, in an effort or in the desire, pursuit to fulfill a wish. With the Page of Wands, this is wanting to do something sincerely with the proper foundations. Notice how he has this wand, but it's firmly planted on the ground. So there's this desire to do something, but wanting to do it right and to start off on the right foot. So for some of you, this can be traveling to meet this person or this community. This can be just doing something a little bit scary, like you're going to take a risk and do something you haven't done before in order to begin something new, like perhaps begin a new relationship, to start dating seriously. This can be like taking initiative to engage in a community project or event and taking small actions towards that. This can also just be like getting into consistent communication with this person or people you want to connect with and to be in deeper relationship with. And really getting a sense that you're leaving old attachments behind in pursuit of more expansive connections, newer connections that you suspect can bring a lot of fulfillment. What else can group 2 expect? The Lovers, Nine of Cups. King of Swords and Queen of Pentacles. The Lovers and Nine of Cups is beautiful. It's so nice to see the Eight of Cups and to have the Nine of Cups follow after. So you will be leaving behind a comfort zone. You will be leaving behind old attachments. It can be relationships or just certain emotional attachments, things that you have grown really used to. You're leaving behind things you're used to and taking some sort of initiative to step into more alignment with your dreams and desires. This is like jumping onto a higher timeline, taking a risk, and all of a sudden your life looking more alive, more free, more exciting. You're going to feel as if a lot of the things that you've been wanting for a long time are finally coming true. And I think this is going to come through a sense of community and belonging. And you're going to feel really satisfied and content with yourself for having let go of old attachments. I'm not sure about the two court cards here, so I'm going to get okay, another confirmation card. Another clarification card, please. Queen of Pentacles and the King of Swords. With the Hierophant and Judgment. Yeah, so it could be this connection with the King of Wands maturing and developing into something where they are more outspoken or talkative or cerebral with you, intellectual with you, like they're going to be sharing a lot of ideas, truths, wisdom, curiosities. You're going to have a very intellectually stimulating connection that is somehow going to benefit you. It's going to teach you something or be supportive in some sort of way. It might support other areas of your life. You're going to perceive this person as someone very intellectual and intelligent. And with the Queen of Pentacles, you're going to find yourself in a very grounded state or space. Maybe both. You're going to take on a very grounded embodiment. And I think you're going to be able to offer that to others as well. You're going to be like a space holder of some sort. Maybe you might offer that to this person. You're also going to find a lot of nourishment in space holding that others offer you. I'm really getting a community vibe here, like ending up in a place where people can really hold you and support you and hold space for you and help you feel grounded and resourced, help you find a sense of belonging within the group, within the community. Yeah, it's a very interesting message with these two cards. This is somehow going to help you advance further spiritually, or like in terms of your personal development or self-knowledge. This will also help you get deeper in touch with yourself and deeper values and truths that perhaps aren't very clear at the moment. It's like you're going to wake up to more in terms of your spirituality, your self-knowledge, your own wisdom. And this is going to be due to the people that you're going to surround yourself with. Like, you might, I'm getting like a community vibe, like living with a community, co-living, residency, retreat, being surrounded by people who just uplift you and help you into more clarity about who you are, what you stand for, that sort of thing. And it can also be a single person that you're wanting to pursue some sort of partnership with, who helps you get more in touch with yourself. Okay, I'm going to end your reading here, Group 2. This is a really beautiful reading, and I am so excited for you. Let me know how the reading resonated. I am sending you so much love, light, and healing. And I'll see you in another reading or in another video. If you chose Group 3, Carnelian, then this is your reading. Hi, Group 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's begin with your current energies. Group 3. Group 3. One card at a time, please. It looks like you've been in a lot of indecision recently. You have the 9 of Swords, 2 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles is your bottom deck energy. So you've been really overwhelmed by trying to figure out which path to take. So you've been at a crossroad of some sort, or in between two worlds, with the 2 of Pentacles being here. And you've struggled to make a decision about which pentacle to go with, which world to choose, which path to take, which decision to make. There's been a lot of overwhelm, a lot of overthinking, confusion, just way too many thoughts. And then you have the Tower and the 6 of Swords. So with the Tower being here, something fell apart, something came to an end, something broke. And as a result of this, you are all of a sudden seeing clearly, feeling a lot of mental balance, mental restoration. And it's like you know where to go now. The boat is swiftly moving along to calmer shores. So I feel like for most of you, because we have so many swords here, this is a breakthrough in your mindset. This is letting go of a limiting belief, realizing where you were stuck in your thought process, recognizing this thought loop that was keeping you going around in circles in your mind, keeping you trapped in your thoughts, and that mental prison falling apart and illuminating clarity, direction, truth. Tell us more. And this has to do with feelings of shame, inadequacy, insecurities, abandonment wounds. Through this breaking free of a mental prison, you are also healing deep abandonment wounds, fears, insecurities, shame, lack, beliefs around scarcity and unworthiness. Yeah, this is want to emphasize how big of a deal this is, because I feel like because I'm talking about an internal process, it might not sound like a big deal, but it is. The Tower and the Six of Swords being here, and the Five of Pentacles reversed, this is like a huge shift in your mindset. This can be like a spiritual awakening, like a false belief, a false self falling apart and the truth being revealed, like getting deeper in touch with your true nature, and therefore no longer feeling or believing lack, scarcity, unworthiness, like seeing through these feelings and no longer being attached to them. Yeah, Temperance being here, this is detachment. I often get this card when I have been in deep meditation. It's like perspective, seeing the bigger picture, being able to hold all parts of you and not being swayed by polarities, quite literally seeing all parts of you, seeing your true nature, coming from a place of tempered presence and clarity, like holding that sort of stoic, balanced, compassionate attitude, walking the middle path. This is a very spiritual reading. The Tower is like false beliefs falling away. Temperance being here, you are realizing more to your true nature. You're realizing deeper presence and getting more clear about the truth of reality. Some sort of celebration here as well with the Three of Cups. This can be stuff you're sharing with your friends, stuff that your friends can relate to, that you can like confide in them about. This is something you're celebrating with them. Yeah, with your soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. You're somehow not alone in this spiritual awakening or breakthrough. You're breaking the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Yeah, so there's deep healing here with the reverse Five of Pentacles. You're letting go of deep core wounds related to shame, feelings of unworthiness and not belonging, feelings of abandonment, lack, scarcity. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. Yeah, you're in a very spiritual time in your life. This is a very spiritual season. Could be very focused on devoting yourself to your practice, devoting yourself to mysticism, and following certain teachers that you trust, following certain traditions, being a part of some sort of sisterhood or brotherhood, or being a part of a tradition, a community. Okay, let's get an archetype for you. You have the tear. Also known as the morning, the release, the rain. Tears are droplets of letting go. Once they begin to fall, we allow the swelling tide of emotion to run its elemental course. Of course, the tear is what is needed in order for a conversation or situation to break into the next level of intimacy and vulnerability. Some say that tears are so powerful in softening our egos that they open up a portal to the unseen world. Through our watery eyes, the ancestors catch a glimpse of us, and we are reminded of their eternal embrace. We sense our humanity, our humility, and we allow ourselves to be held. It is likely this card appears when there is grieving yet to do, a sinking down into disappointment and despair that, once acknowledged, will bring a shimmer of clarity to our dewy eyes. When light, this is melody, melancholy flowing through. When dark, this is drowning, drama, murkiness. To go deeper, you can look into Rain by Vachel Lindsay. The tear is powerful, and it is possible to be subsumed in its waters. Find a supportive place to open the floodgates. If both the tear and the river appear in a reading, this indicates an excess of the water element in your life, as in the Ayurvedic tradition, balance it with fire and earth. Through the releasing of disappointment or despair, you might actually arrive at the breakthrough that you were wanting, the clarity that you've been waiting for, because we just start with the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. So it's like you've been feeling lost. You don't really know what's next or where to go. There's a lot of uncertainty here, a lot of desire for clarity, and the clarity is going to come when you allow yourself to feel the emotions you've been holding in, when you allow your tears to flow and break through into a deeper level of intimacy and vulnerability with yourself. that is where you might open up a portal to the unseen world. Open up a portal to what you've not been able to see. So there's deep healing here, and I think it's going to continue. I think it's already started, it's happening, but it's going to continue. There might be more tower moments to come where you're just continuously breaking through layer after layer and getting deeper in touch with yourself and releasing these chains of ancestral patterns. Your ancestors are coming through here. The ancestors have been coming through, and for all three groups, they're very strong for some reason this month. If you work with your ancestors, please connect with them, especially for your group, because you're healing deep core wounds. This is subtle work you're doing at an emotional, spiritual level. So definitely connect with your ancestors if that's a part of your practice. If it's not, you might want to look into how to connect with them, how to honor them, venerate them. Message in a bottle. I'm getting the sense that there is something that is wanting to be revealed to you. You can't see it from your current vantage point with this blindfold on from the Two of Swords and with the Nine of Swords, all of these thoughts just bombarding your mind. I feel like you're like Spirit's wanting to show you something. Something's wanting to be revealed to you with message in a bottle, and you can't see it from where you are currently standing. If you allow yourself to grieve and mourn and release feelings of despair, especially that you've been holding on to, you might open up enough space in order to have the clarity to receive some sort of message. And perhaps direction to your milk and honey, to more sweetness, more of what you're wanting from life. TikTok. So this is reminding me of Group 1's message. Group 1's reading was more about career, but there were definitely tones of this, of lacking clarity, needing to see something and seize certain opportunities. With TikTok being here, I feel something similar for you as well. Like you need to be able to receive the message and seize an opportunity of some sort. And that message is not going to be revealed to you unless you allow yourself to do the deep clearing of emotions, the deep healing of ancestral patterns. There is a change in the wind and something is being mended. I'm going to just leave that there. Let's go into your future energies to get some clarity on these cards. What can Group 3 expect in the near future? What is this message that's wanting to be revealed? What is this mending? I think this mending is self-integration. There's a lot happening internally. You have the Hermit and the Eight of Wands. So you might want to listen to Group 1's reading as well if you want to know how this is going to impact your external reality. I feel like we're largely reading for your inner reality and your spiritual life here. The Hermit being here, again, we're focused on what's happening inside. And in the near future, there's going to be a lot of momentum made towards self-knowledge. The Hermit is, you can see it in this image, the Hermit shines a light within and puts all of his focus on getting to know himself and his truth. And so there's going to be a lot of momentum made in terms of knowing who you are, knowing your inner world, knowing the truth of, knowing your true nature, knowing the truth of reality. You're in a deep spiritual quest here. And this is going to bring a lot of fulfillment and satisfaction. This is something you've been wanting for a while. You have the Eight of Cups and the Sun as well. So this is my pilgrimage card. This man in the Eight of Cups, he leaves behind his cups in search for something greater, in search for the unknown, for expansion, for his wish fulfillment. And so in the near future, you will be doing the same, either internally by letting go of old emotional attachments and beliefs. This is deep letting go, deep release of emotions in order to create space for bigger and better things to take its place. This can also be about going on a pilgrimage, actually traveling and going to places where that letting go can happen, where you can release your attachments and embrace something new and unknown. With the Sun being here, there's something that's wanting to come into your life, but it can't come in unless you do the deep emotional clearing to make space in your life for it. But there's something very positive, very bright, that carries a lot of life force, aliveness, and vitality. And Spirit wants you to trust this process of letting go, being in the void, transitioning into a new beginning, and welcoming the new thing that is going to take its place. Okay. What else does Group 3 need to know about the near future? Group 3. Okay. Something tangible is going to come in. So far we've been reading about your inner world, and now we are meeting the external world. The work you do internally will be reflected externally. You will reap its benefits externally. This could be financial gains, a career offer. I'm hearing a whole new world, and that takes me back to where we started with the Two of Pentacles. We started this reading with your energy kind of being indecisive and in between two worlds, and I think you're going to have the clarity to choose one, to really commit to a world. And this new world is going to carry greater abundance and magic. I'm thinking about Aladdin and how he gets rich because of the genie's wishes and the carpet. There's something magical here. And maybe the magic is seeing how the inner work you do really does find its way to your external reality. It is always mirrored externally. You reap the benefits externally. And I think that's the magic here. It's when you see the connection, when you're like, right, I did this thing and now I have something tangible to show for it. Okay, one last message, please. Knight of Cups. I'm hearing trust. I think this is going to leave you feeling more self-trusting, self-assured, more confident about the path you're walking, and more courageous and brave to embrace your feelings and vulnerabilities and spiritual life. Yeah, I'm getting this sense of quiet confidence from the Knight of Cups. It's also like a willingness to now lead your life from your heart and to courageously move forward with your heart on your sleeve, with your heart open, with your cup of emotions in your hand, with, to just like courageously living life intimately and vulnerably and spiritually. It's really beautiful. I'm going to end your reading here, group 3. This is a beautiful reading. I hope I did it justice. I feel like I might have rushed through some of the messages because we went quite deep, and I don't know if I emphasized that enough. You're doing a lot of difficult, tough inner work, and I applaud you for that. I respect you for having the grit to do this. I'm walking this path with you, and I am so excited for the breakthroughs you're about to have, for the abundance that's about to come in. I'm sending you so much love, light, and healing. And I'll see you in another reading or in another video.